Hey everybody, just want to share a quick little insight from my General Conference this morning. While I was working out at the gym, I was listening to the October 1931 General Conference, and Elder James E. Talmage was talking about profanity. And I thought it was quite interesting because, he starts off the talk and he talks about profanity of speech. But then he said that far more great of a threat than profanity of speech is profanity of action. And it's taking the name of the Lord in vain through our actions. And I'm like, oh, that's a talk I haven't really heard about. And he goes through and he outlines 3 different key ways that our actions take the name of the Lord in vain. He says that we take the name of the Lord in vain when we swear falsely and not being true to our oaths and to our, I got my notes right here, oaths and promises. And he cites the fact that so many politicians will swear to uphold the Constitution, swear to do these things, and then not do it. So many people will take a witness stand and say, so help me God, and then they're not honest. He goes, there is far too many oaths and promises that we make in the name of God and with our hand on a Bible that we simply disregard. And he goes, that is taking the name of the Lord in vain. And then he goes on and says, we take the name of the Lord in vain and we blaspheme when we presume to speak his name without authority. And he outlines 2 different ways that we do this. We do this when we presume that as a Latter-day Saint that we have the authority to then correct the prophet, to dispense new knowledge, to more or less cause dissensions within the church. But also outside of the church, when you have pastors or ministers who will stand up, I'm thinking right now like there's a ton of evangelical activist pastors who will stand up and denounce the church in the name of Jesus. They're taking the name of the Lord in vain, and they'll have to answer to him for misciting their authority or lack thereof. And then the 4th thing is that he says that we take the name of the Lord in vain whenever we willfully take and break the commandments, like when we lie. He goes, we as Latter-day Saints have covenanted. We've taken the name of the Lord upon us. When we break our covenants, we break our commandments, that name of the Lord that we've taken upon us is in vain. And I've never really heard an apostle talk about that aspect before. He says that when we take our baptismal covenant seriously, we're going to magnify his name. But when we take it lightly, when we take his name in vain, we are going to go about and we're going to be casual in our commitment, casual in our covenants. I think about, casual in our wearing of the garments, casual in our defending of the prophets, casual in our being a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And I just really like that we take the name of the Lord in vain when we, swear in his name and we don't do it. When we, like an oath, when we claim authority that we don't have, or when we break the commandments and our covenants. And I just thought that was a very unique and interesting and an awesome paradigm about taking the name of the Lord in vain that I'd ever heard before. So I hope you enjoyed it.